Hi, welcome to a new episode of The Young and the Restless. We open up at society where Adam runs into Nate and they discuss his role at Newman, and Adam thinks that Nate will be successful there because he is not a Newman nor is he intertwined with one. Then we go over to Newman, and Victoria and Nicky walks into the office and sees Victor sitting in the chair. Victor announced that he had bought McCall, and Vic pretends like she doesn't care. Victor tells her that now the competition begins, and Victoria says Adam will fail. At the Abbott house, Carl walks Harrison off to school as he leaves, and then Summer comes down the stairs. Summer says that she has to go somewhere, and they discuss Summer shutting down Carl. Carl begs Summer to let him in, but Summer says that she has to go. Then we go over to the coffee house, and Jack celebrates that knowing that Jeremy is dead and Diane is locked up, they should let Diane out. However, Chance tells him that he has to follow the evidence, and the evidence they have on Diane still stands. Jack yells at Chance and says that things are not always what they seem. Then we see Michael goes to the jailhouse to visit Diane, and he vents that how much this has caused issues between him and Lauren. Then Diane yells at him and asks, "How the hell are you getting me out?" Then we go back to society, and Nate admits that he is extending all of Sally's ideas that she left. However, Adam thinks Sally is much better off not being at Newman, especially now that she is pregnant. And Nate says that he knows that Sally is having Nick's baby. Adam pulls him up and lets him know that he is the baby's father, not Nick. Back at Newman, Victoria tells Victor to bring on the healthy competition, and Victor tells her she will regret not buying McCall. Victor also defends Adam and says that he has changed. Victor leaves, and Victoria goes off and says that his venture will fail and him constantly trying to help out Adam. Then Nicky realizes that Vic is hurt that he bought McCall for Adam. Back at the coffee house, Jack tells Chance that it puts a question mark on everything, and he leaves with passion when Chance isn't listening to him to release Diane. Then we see Sharon walks up to Chance, or Chance goes up to Sharon and apologizes and says that he's sorry for running off her customers because everybody seems to be mad at him. Then Chance asks Sharon to go out for dinner tonight. Then we go back to the jailhouse, and Michael tells Diane that Lauren wants him to mourn Phyllis and not represent her. Back at the Abbott house, Summer says that she has to go to the jazz lounge, and Kyle yells and says, "Why do you have to keep going back to the place where your mom died?" Then we go back to the jailhouse, and Michael asks Diane to give him an every second account of what happened at the gala, and was she alone in the suite with Phyllis. He then showed Diane the receipt of the purchase made for the poison, and Diane vows that she is telling the truth, she didn't buy it. Michael tells her that Christine will have her whole family testify about the night when she threatened to kill Phyllis. Back at Abbott House, Carl begs her to talk to him. Carl wants to run off to Italy and have some de-stress, but then Jack comes in and tells them that Stark is dead. Back at Newman, Nicky believes that Vic is upset she lost McCall to her dad and Adam, and Nicky offers for them to get away because Victor will make a big deal out of it and roll out the company. Vic decides to go to a business meeting in LA. Then Nate enters. Then we see Sharon and Chance goes to the jazz lounge for dinner. Chance didn't want to go there and says that he's supposed to be distracted from work, not bring him back to the crime scene. Sharon apologizes and says that upstairs were closed to some inconvenience. Then we go back to society, and Victor meets up with Adam and he announced that he knows about the daughter. And Victor says congrats to him. He is happy for another Newman and he is happy to have a granddaughter. Then he tells Adam that he bought McCall and he will start tomorrow at McCall and says that it is for Adam's sons and daughter. Adam then thinks that Victor is using his kids as a leverage for him to take the job. Then we see Summer is in a rage as Jack and Kyle talk about Jeremy's death. And Summer wants to leave. Kyle wants to talk, but Summer goes off on Kyle and says that she's going off by herself. Then after she leaves, Jack questions what's going on with Summer. Kyle says he doesn't know. Then we go back to Newman and Nicky greets Nate and asks if Vic can relax outside of work environment. And Nate thinks that Vic can excel in both environments. Nicky says that they are teaming up against her, so she is going to leave. Then we see Nate wants to go over ideas for Newman Mania, and then Vic announced that she is heading to LA and she asks Nate to join her. Then we see Summer goes to the park like she is waiting for someone. She apparently got some text or something of that sort. And we see Danielle arrives and she asks if Danielle was the person. But Danielle says no, he just came to the park as he regularly does. And Summer tells Danielle that she is not ready to talk as Danielle asks her to spill her feelings on him. Back at the jailhouse, Michael plays Diane the message that Phyllis left for him, and Diane says that's not the real Phyllis. Michael then shows her the letter that Phyllis found in the bedroom, and Diane believes it was Phyllis who planted it there. Michael asks Diane if she thinks Phyllis is an accomplice to her own murder. Then we see Chance and Sharon enjoys their dinner, and then he gets a text and he says that he has to run. Back at the park, Danielle tells Summer that she needs to open up, and Summer says that it's best that they keep their emotions inside. Summer tells him about Stark's death and some events that no one is telling her anything, and tells Danielle to go to Chance for information. Summer tells Danielle she doesn't need to be under constant supervision so he can go alone, and Danielle agrees to back off and leave. Back at the jailhouse, Diane argues that Jeremy was just using Phyllis to get access to the Abbott house, and she says that she was a part of Jeremy's whole plan all along. Michael asks why would she be involved in her own death. Diane says Phyllis' murder is a revenge plot that may have gone wrong, and Jeremy didn't get the antidote to Phyllis in time. Or is it that he turned on Phyllis the last minute and let her die? She says it's all a setup. Then we go back to society and Victor tells Adam it's his company to run, and Adam asks for guarantees. His guarantees are total autonomy from Newman and from Victor. Victor laughs and says that in his dreams, and Adam tells Victor that he doesn't want to take it then. Victor tells him that it's the best opportunity that he needs to take it, and Adam tells him that he may think about it. Back at Newman, Nate is hesitant to go away with Victoria. He asks her if it's a wise idea, and Vic says that he knows Nate won't make the same mistakes, hence why Nate has self-control, so he will join her. Nate then said yes to going to LA. Then we go back to the Abbott house and Jack and Kyle discuss if Jeremy's death will release Diane. Then we go back to the jailhouse and Diane requests to see Jeremy. She tells Michael to find him. Michael tells Diane that Jeremy is on the run, and she tells Michael to find him now. After Diane leaves to go back into the witness, we see that Kyle calls Michael and tells him that Jeremy is dead. And we end where we see Summer is in the park still waiting for someone. Then we see Phyllis arrive and Summer is shocked. Thanks for watching. Bye.